Hello, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. What a friendly group this is. No Democrats are here, right? Well, I want to thank everybody. This has been a labor of love. You know, we took over a building that was, not properly taken care of. It just wasn't. It's a very special building, and we are taking care of it. This was grass. And when you have a news conference, and this was going on for many years, but everybody would just sink into the mud. It was extremely luxurious grass, especially when it was raining, because you'd go down about 5 inches into the mud. And when we had a press conference here, all the press standing back there, they'd be cursing me. The women would be lifting up their shoes saying, "You've destroyed my shoes. This is terrible." So we got a stone that's the exact same stone and colour as the White House itself, because we wanted the friendly feeling of that light colour, and it reflects the sun, and it keeps you cool even in the summer. And we've had press conferences. We finished it about a month ago. This is, as you see over here, the Presidential Walk of Fame. And we had this long wall with half windows because that used to be a swimming pool on the other side of the wall. That was the swimming pool where Jackie would say, "I hear women inside, a women inside." Quite a famous "I'm not saying anything." This was a part of a movie, and the Secret Service said, "No, ma'am, there's no women inside, ma'am. I'm sorry, ma'am, you're going to have to move along." "But I hear women inside." "No, ma'am, you'll have to move along, ma'am." So, that was the famous swimming pool. Now it's even worse. It's for the media. They covered the pool up. And now it's for the media. And I think we have a small representative group. I don't think they allowed the rest of them. I can't believe it. What happened? They're all on the other side of the wall. Can you believe it? Because this is supposed to be sort of a private event, and there is no such thing in politics as a private event. Lindsay, you learned that a long time ago, right? The great Lindsay Graham doing fantastic. You're up 34 points, Lindsay. That's not bad. I'll tell you, it's not bad. So we did the Presidential Walk of Fame from the great George Washington all the way to, well, I think we have to rate him above me. So, less than great. Less than George. Somebody went up there, they say, "You're the third best president in the United States." This was on television. Third best. And they said, who are the first two? George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. And I got extremely angry at this man. You know, it's going to be tough to beat, Mr. Senator. It's going to beat John. It's going to be very tough to beat Washington and Lincoln. But we're going to give it a try, right? Hey, they didn't put out 8 wars, 9 coming, all right? We put out 8 wars and the 9th is coming, believe it or not. So, I just want to say it's great to be with you and, when we're finished later on, we're going to have a little quick lunch, and they do great food at the White House and, this is used sometimes for evening, where we've had some incredible people for the evening, and some of the big foreign leaders have been coming. And most excitingly, on the other side you see the fence and the wall. We're building a world-class ballroom. You know, for 150 years they've wanted a ballroom here. We don't have a ballroom. We have a little cocktail area, but we don't have a ballroom. The East Room, it's called, is a very small, cocktail area, held about 88 people if it's tight. And I said, if I do this again, I'm going to get a ballroom built. And we're putting up our own money where the government is paying for nothing. You probably hear the beautiful sound of construction to the back. You hear that sound? Oh, that's music to my ears. I love that sound. Other people don't like it. I love it. I think when I hear that sound, it reminds me of money. In this case, it reminds me of lack of money because I'm paying for it. So it's the opposite. But it's going to be one of the most beautiful ballrooms anywhere in the world. And it's going to be able to take care of tremendous things. When you have as an example, I'm going to see President Xi in 2 weeks. I'm going over to South Korea. We're going to meet in South Korea. We're going to talk about a lot of things. They want to discuss the fact that they're paying 57% tariff. It's a little higher than they thought. And we're doing very well. I think we're going to do well in that negotiation. And we've done well, as you know, with Japan, with South Korea, with Europe. The European nations got together. We made a deal. And it was all based without the tariffs. You could have never made the deal. I'll tell you what. Tariffs equal national security. Remember that. Tariffs equal national security. You got to remember that. And they also equal wealth for our nation, because we've taken in hundreds of billions of dollars in a very friendly manner, given to us by nations that used to take it from us, and they used tariffs on us. We never used it on them because we were foolish, or we were led by people that weren't business people. But it really does. It equals national security. And I wouldn't have put out I mentioned 8 wars, 9 coming. Of the 8, 5 were based solely on trade and tariffs. India, Pakistan were going at it. 2 nuclear powers, and Syria's nuclear 7 planes shot down. They were ready to go, and I called them up. I said, "You go to war, and we're not doing a trade deal." And they said, "Well, what does one thing have to do with the other?" I said, "It has a lot. Your nuclear powers, and if you do it, we're not doing a trade deal." And 24 hours later they called me. "We have decided not to do it." We stopped the war. We stopped a potential disaster, a nuclear disaster because of trade. And it's been really amazing. But the tariffs have made us a wealthy country. They've given us tremendous defence. They've given us things that we can do for other countries. Very positive. But again, really, it's national security. It's national defence. And they are so important. And it's incredible that presidents, for the most part, didn't know how to use them, when to use them. If you go back, you'll see some of the presidents that were the most successful were believers in tariffs. And I even see foreign countries now that we are doing very well with taking ads. Don't go with tariffs. They're taking ads. I saw an ad last night from Canada. If I was Canada, I'd take that same ad also. But they're actually on television taking ads. But I do believe that everybody's too smart for that. We have a very, very big and important case coming up. We should win the case based on the legal merit. We should also win the case based on all of the things I just said. But we're a wealthy country again. Last week, as you know, they found $31 billion. They came to see me. "Sir, we found $31 billion, they said. We don't know why." I said, "Was this a good find or a bad find?" It was a good find. It was a plus 31. We're used to finding negative 31s, right? For the last 30 years. I said, "Check the tariff shelf." Well, those tariffs haven't kicked in. Yes, they did. They kicked in 2 months ago. Check it.